Today I want to showcase my Foggy teams. As of right now, I've been constantly beating everyone with just the two first teams of mine. Although the opponents have not been as strong as it gets at later stages, so this is my hope tree that I'm running. It's basic all allies restore 15% HP every round, so I can stack up a hunter as much as possible. I don't think hope tree matters this season. I think it's everything is depending on how frequently your heroes or enemy heroes dodge. Without the accuracy stat in the accessories, I don't think the PvP is in a great state. So I'm not really caring that much this season. It's all about who gets a better RNG. So the first team is Doom's Monarchs. This is a pretty standard team. I do run 3 Guardians on it. So it's a team made for reflecting back, surviving, and slowly scaling with basic attacks, allowing Victoria to follow up on them. It has 3 nethers which serve as a revival, although a low chance it can greatly increase the odds of winning a fight. The artifact I'm running is the Doom's attack increase by 300%, as it makes the most sense to me. My Victoria is a Glorian in this case, so I can have CC immunity for the first 2 actions. And so I can allow Victoria to actually use her basic attacks with Radiance on enemy team. So I'm hoping she doesn't miss. If she misses, then I'm praying on Doom's Reflect, basically. The relics I'm using are these 3. It's basically silence into stun into execute. It's pretty straightforward. So the pet I'm running is the Crimson Flame Steed. It's just the one I have. I did not bother pushing extreme. If I did, I could have 2 pets right now, but I don't feel like doing that. The reason why I run Lily and Leah is because the shields are increased, the Lily and Leah shield. They also remove the debuffs on allies, so Vian Monarch pairs pretty nicely with the rest of the comp. Next team is the standard Avengers Doom team. It's basically the 3 to 5 most broken PvP heroes in the game. Mavis this season hasn't been popping off as much as she used to, in my opinion. I'm still contemplating running her, but for now I will just let it be. As I said, I'm not really too much into PvP this season just because of how RNG it is, and I hate relying on luck to win. Min-maxing be rewarded than just praying to God you hit your abilities. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. The artifact is for the attack increase on Avengers, which you have 3 of. Leviathan is here to counter enemy Leviathan because Aphrodite can mostly lose to Leviathan. Halissa here increases HP to Monarchs and is a third Doom. 3 Dooms reflect the damage taken, so 3 of Avengers Doom's relics just because of the synergy mainly. This team is pretty straightforward. I don't think this team loses often. It's too strong, honestly, and can only lose to a mirror matchup or RNG. Team is my Valianters. I think this team is great, but you can run Alice instead of Wu Zetian, for example. Although you will lose the you will lose the control immunity for the first round. But Alice is pretty great in this Foggy. These shields are massive with Alice, and I would suggest running her if you don't have better units. But even then, I think Alice is worthy of running. I'm not sure where. Maybe I'll take out Victoria for Alice. But I don't want to lose out on 3 Monarchs, so I'm keeping it as it is. But I can definitely see Alice being worthy of fitting here. The artifact I'm running is the stun on the first round, and I also have the Gleipnir. So this will allow my Audrey to steal their holy shields. It will allow Victoria to use her to damage enemy teams. I don't want Pandora there, because Pandora uses her ultimate anyway, so it's not needed. And I have Wu Zetian ulting first round to steal the enemy hero. I use banner for better survival, obviously, along with the bow. It's a lot of holy shields to my front line, which I do want to live as long as possible. The fourth team is Udora team, although I don't think it's a good team. I think I'm not sure why I'm running Udora, honestly. I think I could easily run a Mystifier's team or Phantom's team, but instead I'm still giving hope to Eudora and hoping she works. The relics I run are basically to proc as fast as possible the Cauldron, so the Eudora doesn't die. Although maybe I should do this or something, I'm not entirely sure because there's a lot of heroes that hit only backline, and if that happens, my Eudora will die easily. So I try to keep her frontline as much as possible. I used to put her in position 1, but back then the Shadows was actually good. Now Shadows sucks, and the position 1 is pretty squishy due to seasonal synergies and lots of other things like Fortitude that we have lost since the previous season. The artifact I'm running is attack increase on ethereals. I run Odin with her for the better snowball and Sheng for the steel, Cleopatra for the survival and attack increase. And the last team I run is Phantom Avengers along with Dahlia. Dahlia is here to copy the buffs of Hecate and therefore snowball her even further. The rest of the team is Phantom Avengers. They are both here to help the team and snowball the team as well. This team is absolutely great. I love it. The artifact that I run is the increase relic damage and apply Holy Shield. The Holy Shield applies each time a relic is used, so with the Forbidden Chest, it's pretty common. So yeah, I think this team is pretty good. It's not amazing, but it's one of my favorite teams. It has seasonal synergy as well. So yeah, it's really strong. I've been running it in tournament mostly, and it gets always up to like 13 wins. And my tournament lobby is super, super strong, full of whales, full of strong players. So 13 wins for a team is like one of the better case scenarios. So yeah, I think Team 1 is very strong, very good, and cheap. Maybe not cheap because of Victoria, but the rest of the units are pretty cheap. Then the Team 2 is one of the strongest teams in my opinions that exists. Positioning might not be perfect. Someone might value Leviathan in position 2, which is also fine. Aphrodite position 5 for the damage. Everything is fine. I just like to do it this way. I really like Isis. Isis damage is great. The third theme, one of my favorites. I love that Valianters are finally back on the menu. They're finally usable, and it's actually great using them once again. Thunders is pretty strong this time around. It's basically magma set just on the synergy. But yeah, as I mentioned, I think you can use Alice, especially if you invested into her legendary runes. Sure, they're worth it, absolutely, because of the Foggy 1 and Foggy 2. I would probably run it like this. Fourth theme, as I said, not the best. Maybe you could run a pure Mystifiers or something. I'm not sure. Maybe this is actually better. Yeah, I will actually do this, Gaia for the speed. And I will perhaps remove Shank and add, where is this? But actually, since I run Odin and I can run Gaia, let me run Emily here. I think that would be a good pop for the enemy team. Yeah, let me try this actually for a one round. I will put that team as first and see what happens. But yeah, those are my teams. I think there's a lot of improvements. The Omniheroes isn't a game that has a defined meta as strongest team because there's too many layers of RNG that you have to go through to win a battle. And min-maxing, while it exists, it's not as impactful as in other games, in my opinion, and I wish that was not true. I wish we could use some more min-maxing, but I know there's a lot of people, especially whales, who hate it. They complain constantly about having to put effort into the game where money doesn't solve everything. So it is what it is. We will just have to continue playing and hoping that RNG is on our side instead of using our brains, I guess. So let me just adjust this. Yeah, move this here and move this here. I think the current PvP state is not great. I think it can be a lot better, but it is what it is. Let's enjoy what we have, I guess. So those were my teams. I hope you might have learned something. I hope I have explained the synergies and the reasonings. I will try to go more further in depth with my World Arena teams. I will probably make a video on that on the last day of the World Arena though. So yeah, that's about it. See you in the next one. Bye.